name is Miss Lucia Yasuki. So she is from Indonesia, but she is a Singapore citizen already. She is having a full-time job as a paralegal in oil and gas company in Singapore. She is also one of the key pioneers to contribute to MOONBOT community growth in Singapore. We are all very, very thankful for her, because without her, maybe we still don't know what is MOONBOT. She is the person that I have high respect, because despite her busy schedule, she's actively doing the business to expand it to as many people around her. She's also very professional, very humble person, caring to her team member, and contribute a lot to her growth of her team. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest speaker today, Miss Lucia Yasuki, to do the presentation. So please give a round of applause to Miss Lucia. So let's welcome her.
All right, good evening, everyone. Wow, happy to see all of you here. We already have about, close to 80 participants today. All right,
Yes.
okay, what a great opening by our great moderator today, Miss Kelly. So friends, please join me to give round of applause to our moderator, Miss Kelly Lim. Yes, amazing opening, right? Okay, wow, this is amazing. Yeah, today is very special. I'm wondering, wow, suddenly tonight we have close to 80 people coming in. Wow, there must be something you want to receive in today's evening, right? I can feel the energy from all of you. Wow, how are you feeling, guys? How are you feeling? Yeah,
Super amazing.
amazing. Yes, even though the market is looking more and more like a red color, yeah, not like a green color, red color, but I can see here all your spirit is still strong, yeah. Are you sure your spirit is strong today? Yeah, anybody
Yes.
here have
Yes.
I see green color spirit here, not red color spirit, yeah? Okay. All right. Usually when the market turns red, okay, people just become so quiet, right? But for all of us here in Moonbot, whether it's red or green, we always stay motivated. Yeah. Okay. Maybe sometimes, yeah, honestly, sometimes what we say and what we feel not always the same, right? Some people, when the red color market, like, wow, duck, 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 the heartbeat becomes so fast, yeah? So, okay, enough for that. I just want to introduce to those of you who don't know me yet. My name is Lucia Yasuki. Okay, before we begin, I want to thank Smart Academy for giving the opportunity to be one of the speakers for our special session today. Also, I want to specifically thank our grand mentor, Mr. Wilbert Karimun, Triple Executive of SIP International, because he's the one actually who prepared the material for our learning. Yeah.
Recording in progress.
For this, please give applause to Mr. Wilbert Karimun as well. Okay. All right, friends. Tonight, we are here to talk about something very important, okay? It's a crypto playbook 2026. Okay, later on in the second segment, you will learn even more in-depth insights from Mr. Febrianza, as what Miss Kelly already introduced just now, yeah? I'm also very excited about the part where Mr. Febrianza will also giving us more details into what's going to happen, right? All excited, yeah? And then for my section, I want to talk about a simple questions that many people this day have been asking, yeah, like what Miss Kelly opening earlier, she said, hey, is the crypto market destroyed already or crash, yeah, or it's like really have no future, yeah? Because I also have some friends who keep asking or saying to me like this, yeah, hey Lucia, how crypto market is finished already, yeah, it's dropped so much, yeah, not a normal drop, friends, okay? This is like one drop, like the R is very deep, yeah, very serious one, yeah? Okay, so maybe some of your friends talk like that too, yeah, and many people also panic when they see the charts goes down, right? But when I look at that, friends, I think very simply, yeah, do you really expect crypto prices, especially Bitcoin, to go up forever non-stop without ever dropping? Of course not, right? Sometimes our expectations and reality just don't match also, right? So tonight, my goal is to help you understand, well, whether crypto still has a strong future, okay? What the current situations looks like from an industry point of view, and how we should position ourselves moving towards 2026, yeah, because we are closing to the end of this year, right? So now let me just open my slide. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, using other device for it. Let me just, okay. All right, I hope everybody can see my screen right now. Okay, let me just wait a moment. Yeah, can you see my screen right now?
Yeah, I think it was loading. Loading.
It's loading, yeah? Okay, let me try one more time.
I saw it
Try
just
one
now.
more time. Okay, just give me a second. Wow, everybody's so excited already, yeah? Okay, can you see my
Yes,
screen?
can see.
All right, just to
Can.
check one more time. Is my sound okay, friends? All
Yes.
clear, yeah? Okay, all right. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay, good. So the topic I'm sharing today, it's called the alchemy. Okay, some of you may have heard a similar sessions before, but don't worry, friends. This is the 2025 updated version. Okay, with the new insights on what's happening in the crypto industry today. Okay, before we start, well, I want to share a little background. Okay, so this material actually inspired by a book titled the End of Alchemy. Okay, it's written by a former governor of the Bank of England. His name is Mervyn King. Okay, so in that book, he explained that throughout history, human civilizations has always chased after two things. Yeah, two things they desire. First, the desire for long life and good health. Okay, so this is the entire industry that relates to health and beauty. Yeah, so they call this is the elixir industry. And we can see this is everywhere today. Like for example, yeah, if you heard about stem cell injections, yeah, vitamin C drips, for example. I think for ladies, you are very familiar with this, yeah. Maybe you can also heard about this term, thread lips lah, eyebrow embroidery lah, fillers like tightening. Although I don't use all of them, yeah, I just knew that kind of a beauty treatments that many women use today, yeah. I also sometimes cannot tell the difference. What they call it, trading lah, shoeing lah, pulling lah, whatever lah, yeah. So everything got just different terms, so many. Well, the point is that one thing for sure, this industry keeps growing because everyone wants to look young. They want to look beautiful, handsome, and of course, stay healthy. Yeah. And there's a second one here, which is the art of creating wealth. Okay. So this second pursuit is what the book calls alchemy. All right. And this is what we are discussing today. We are focusing on this today, how humanity has always tried to create prosperity, yeah, through many different systems and industries. Now, let me give you one interesting example here. Okay, there was a family who started collecting stones since 1940s. Okay, and they collected stones for more than 40 years, and then eventually they choose one special stone as the symbol of love. Okay, friends, what do you think that kind of stone it is? Yeah, you can give the answer in the chat box here. What kind of stones that somehow it is now a typical symbol of love? Okay, can I see your response in the chat box? Okay, what is that? Wow, I can see the picture Mr. Abdullah put there. Esther said diamond. Oh, diamond. Wow. I think in Moonbot also there is a diamond, right? Yes, correct. Okay, so that is diamond. Thank you so much for your participation. Okay, so this family positioned the diamond as the global symbol of love, marriage, and commitment, right? And guess what? This same family controlled 70% of the world's diamond trade. Yeah, from the mining until the process all the way to the jewelry pieces that many women wore around the world. Yeah, so what does this tell us? Well, it shows that wealth is not only created through hard work, okay, but often through vision, strategy, and the ability to shape how society thinks, right? So this is the essence of alchemy, friends. Yeah, the art of creating value, the art of shaping markets, the art of building prosperity. Yeah, and in today's era, today, yeah, crypto is one of the new forms of alchemy that we can think of. Yes, maybe you can see diamond, yeah? Diamond, well, it may drain the husbands or the boyfriends or the
Big or
fiancés.
small?
Yeah. So, but of course, the husband maybe gladly buy the wife, the beloved wives, yeah, even though the wallet still get drained, yeah, that part doesn't
Yeah.
change. But
But hi.
this same family here, this family controls the diamond mines from the source all the way to the jewelry stores. Yeah, so their name is the De Beers family, part of the Oppenheimer family. Okay, so one of the richest families in the world. And diamonds are their alchemy, their way of creating wealth and controlling value. So now the question, what about us? Yeah, what is our alchemy? Right? So for us here, our alchemy is MOONBOT, right? Okay, MOONBOT here gives us, well, a software that helps us manage our money, yeah, a system that helps us generate profit, and a business that has the opportunity to help us build a long-term wealth. Do you agree? Yeah, so one creates profit, the other multiplies it. Yeah, so together they become a powerful form of alchemy for all of us here, almost 90 people in this room in the Zoom today. Okay, give applause to yourself. Okay, all right, so this is why I believe MOONBOT is so interesting and so relevant. Yeah, but there is one thing we must understand. Friends, timing is everything. Okay, so we must ask ourselves honestly, is now the right time to enter into crypto industry? Yeah, because if we never learn, we will never know whether this moment is the good entry point or not. Yeah, otherwise you will end up like my friend who told me, hey Lucia, crypto market totally dropped, yeah, destroyed, wow, like very exaggerating, yeah, and say that, oh, my whole portfolio is red already now. Well, usually when someone says my whole portfolio is red, it means they are buying meme coins or the useless junk coins. Yeah, of course, like that one is their fault. Yeah, so if you invest in strong top coins, no issue. Yeah, and if you use MOONBOT, even better. Okay, so relax only, no stress. Yeah, so as long as your these thumbs don't get possessed, yeah, and you suddenly start manual buying and selling, force buying, force selling, actually everything is fine. Okay, so is now a good time to enter crypto? Well, you can think of this, yeah. When you want to enter an industry, do you want to wait until everyone is already inside, or do you want to be among the first movers? Okay, let me give you an example, yeah. About 10 to 15 years ago, everyone used BlackBerry, yeah. I think many of us here, if you are already in that era, 10 to 15 years ago, you used BlackBerry, yeah. All the phones at that time had a physical buttons, right? Okay, unless you are like totally a strawberry era here, maybe you don't know what BlackBerry is, okay? But I think today we know all what BlackBerry was, right? So today, I'm asking you, who still uses a phone with buttons? Anybody? I think almost no one, right? Yeah. And then we can see when Apple first introduced iPhone, a device with no buttons, okay? People say like this, yeah, this phone is like a soap bar. Yeah, how to type? My fingers slip. Yeah, not nice. I prefer a real button. Yeah. Well, I also used to say that the same thing. Yeah, I think some of you also feel that. So the same way. Yeah. Okay, so especially some people also say, I cannot properly text anything because there's no button. Yeah, last time like that. But how about today, friends? If someone's still using a phone with buttons like BlackBerry, yeah, what do you think? I think many people like laughing at you. Okay, so today even budget phones from all countries like maybe China or Korea or India, they have no buttons. And so this way, Apple become the pioneer. Yeah, they entered the market before people accepted the idea. And today, you can see Apple is considered to be part of the Magnificent Seven, one of the largest companies in the world. Why? Because they entered the industry at the right time, earlier than everyone else. Yeah, so what about crypto then? If we want to enter the crypto industry, we must understand its development. Yeah, is this the right moment? Okay, now let me show you. Okay, so look at here. Okay, so this is, let me introduce this first to this person. Someone's very important, okay? Some of you maybe recognize who he is. Okay, so this is Nayib Bukele, the president of small country in Central America. It's called El Salvador, okay? So he made, okay, if you look at from the face here, he look like an actor from TV drama, yeah? Got the beard, got the style, yeah? Very handsome, yeah? Okay, but he's not an actor, yeah, friends, yeah? He's a real president, okay? So what's interesting is this, okay? Their official currency of El Salvador is Bitcoin. Yes, an entire country is using Bitcoin as a legal tender. Yeah, so wait, you see, my friend told me earlier, right? Hey, Lucia, Bitcoin drop and drop and drop and drop until finish, yeah? But you look at this president, yeah? He made it his national currency. Okay, something doesn't match, right? But this is the fact that we cannot ignore, friends. Yeah, did he make this decision based on his feeling? Of course not. Yeah, if a president decides on something as big as adopting Bitcoin as a national currency, do you think he did it based on just a hunch feeling or try only lah, or Singapore like to say, I see how first, huh? No way, right? Because there must be a serious research. There must be economic studies or parliament discussions or even strategic planning. Yeah, so a government cannot just wake up one day and say, okay, Bitcoin is our currency now. Cannot, right? So there will have been debates, approvals, or maybe long meetings before passing such a law. Yeah, so not only currency they converted, the national reserves also they converted into Bitcoin. So El Salvador didn't stop there. They also converted the portions of their foreign reserves into Bitcoin. Wow, this is amazing, yeah? Because if you can see, this is an example. El Salvador currently holds about 6,233 Bitcoins, okay, at the time this picture is taken, as part of their national treasury. Now, this is not considered to be a small move, yeah, because this is a country believing in the long-term value of crypto. Okay, so El Salvador holding about 6,233 Bitcoin as part of their national reserves. And what is the value, friend? Okay, at that time when this screenshot is made, you can look at this, yeah? Okay, let me just circle that, yeah? It's about, okay, here, 611 million US dollars. Okay, you can see there, yeah? Now, for those of you who are feeling sad because your Binance or your OKX account is red, okay, don't be too sad yet, okay? This one is more sad. Why? If you can see here, you see what is the minus here? I circle here, okay? It got minus there 38 million US dollar, not Singapore dollars, okay? Not Indian rupees, yeah? Because I can see some of the participants coming from India, okay? 38 million US dollars. So imagine this. If your portfolio suddenly dropped by 38 million US dollars, will your heart still be okay, friends? Okay? Or will your heart beat so fast, bup, 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 until you cannot sleep? Okay, but this is not private money, okay? This is the country's assets growing down 38 million US dollars. So I also wonder, is this President Nayib Bukele's heart strong enough or not? Yeah? Is he frightened or is actually confident? Yeah. So if this happened in some countries, well, surely already got protests outside parliament, right? Maybe TikTok live full of demonstration, yeah, people shouting everywhere. But look at this, friends. Yeah, the value drops significantly. But here's what interesting. Okay. Even while their reserves were dropping, right, the government continued to buy more Bitcoin. They increased their Bitcoin holdings. Okay, earlier you saw about 6,233 Bitcoin, right? Okay, but look at the official website of El Salvador here. Okay, look at here, they are holding 7,400 Bitcoin after the price dropping within 7 days. Wow, okay, they bought an additional of 1,000 Bitcoin. This is not a small purchase. 1,000 Bitcoin is huge. Yes. If the price drops further, well, maybe people will protest or maybe not, right? Or maybe they will buy another 1,000. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, but the point here, if Bitcoin rises in the future, their national reserves will become extremely strong. Do you agree? Yeah, and they could become one of the richest reserve holding countries in the world. Yeah, so imagine this. A whole country sees the market dropping, but instead of panicking, they buy 1,000 more Bitcoin. Yeah, this shows us something very important. The market today is different. Yeah, the players are different. Crypto is no longer controlled only by individuals, but it's by whole nations. Yeah, so a funny theory, someone told Mr. Wilbert Karimun the other day, he shared about this. The other day, he met someone and that person told him, hey, Mr. Wilbert, Bitcoin always drops, yeah, especially in Europe kind of a countries area. It drops during the World Cup, yeah, because people sell Bitcoin to gamble on football. Well, then Mr. Wilbur also said, "Yeah, I think about it, and honestly, the theory is quite funny, but it doesn't make sense. Okay, even if individuals do that, do you really think that a president like a Nayib Bukele here would sell national Bitcoin reserves to gamble on football matches? Impossible, right, friend? Okay, maybe 10 or 20, 30 years ago, crypto was only used by individual, retail investor. But today, oh, you can see countries are buying, institutions are buying, governments are buying. So the situations now is completely different. Yeah. So what happened after El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as a national currency and included Bitcoin in their national reserves, right? The result you can see here. El Salvador removed income tax for foreign investors. Wow. Yes, you can see this because their economy strengthened. El Salvador here was able to remove income tax for foreign investment. So this means no income tax for foreign investors, yeah, more money flowing into their country, yeah, stronger economic growth. Yeah, friend, imagine a country removing tax instead of increasing tax is very rare, right? Does that happen in your country? Okay, and this news is not from some random website. Okay, you can see here, this is from Bloomberg, one of the most credible financial media outlets in the world. Okay, so this shows us something very important. Yeah, when Bitcoin was adopted, okay, the economy improved enough for the government to reduce taxes, not to increase them. Okay, so unlike some countries where the tax maybe perhaps go from a certain percentage, 11 to 12%, yeah, or from 9 to 11%, you know which countries like, yeah. Okay, now talking about that, yeah. So the global crypto regulations are already here. Now you can have a look at this, okay? You look at how crypto regulations around the world. You can see that maybe I can first put Indonesia, yeah, the first one. Indonesia is actually one of the leading countries in terms of crypto regulations. Well, Indonesia, where MOONBOT started its operations, Indonesia already have clear tax rules for crypto, clear regulatory for the frameworks, and of course the government in oversights of supervisions. Yeah, so many countries don't even have this yet. Now let's have a look of other major regions, like for example United States. Yeah, they already have the regulations for licensing for crypto, including rules for stablecoin and exchanges. Yeah, and in Europe, they use MiCA, regulating crypto framework that oversees the crypto activities across all EU nations. Okay, and United Kingdom, okay, if you heard the news recently, they just approved, okay, the crypto law, and they're preparing to collaborate with the US. Australia, yes, of course, has a very clear crypto licensing and regulations. South Korea as well already created crypto laws and frameworks for their exchanges and asset management. Hong Kong, of course, yeah, fully recognized crypto under the financial regulations. Singapore, our country, yeah, through MAS, Monetary Authority of Singapore, has one of the strongest and clearest regulatory systems in the world, yeah, for crypto, tokens, and digital assets. So what does this mean? If global industry is being regulated by many countries, does it mean the industry has no future or the industry is growing? Okay, friends, please give your comment in the chat box, yeah? Is the industry has no future or is growing? Okay, let's see your response here. Okay, yes, of course it's growing, right? No government will regulate something that has no future, right? They regulate because the industry is expanding and becoming part of the global economy. Yeah, and these 8 countries are just examples. Many more countries are already preparing or implementing regulations. Yeah, so this gives us a strong foundation and confidence. Crypto is no longer a wild, uncertain space. Friends, it is becoming a regulated global financial industry. Okay, now let's talk about one of the biggest players in the financial world. Okay, BlackRock. Okay, some of you here may have about BlackRock already. Yeah, BlackRock is one of the largest asset management companies in the world. So they manage around 10 trillion US dollars, as you can see here. So for comparison, okay, all money circulating in this earth, okay, in this entire world, okay, is estimated around 110 trillion US dollars. So which means BlackRock alone manages around 10% of all the money in the world. This is the scale we are talking about, friends. Okay, so BlackRock launched Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so a company, this massive created a product called Bitcoin ETF. Okay, what is Bitcoin ETF? So ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Okay, so in simple terms, if let's say you want to buy or own on Bitcoin, okay, but you don't want to have the hassle or storing it in yourself, okay, you buy ETF instead. So it's like buying a Bitcoin share. You don't hold the Bitcoin directly. BlackRock holds it for you. You just buy the ETF through stock market and you pay BlackRock a small management fee. Okay, so BlackRock here is not only buying Bitcoin, they are also selling Bitcoin exposure to the whole world. Yeah, imagine this. A company controls 10% of global money supply is selling Bitcoin to institutions. Yeah, if Bitcoin had no future, do you think BlackRock really touch it? Of course not. Yeah. So now, record breaking here. I'm just gonna show you here. So it's about let me just click here. Okay, so it's about 50 billion in 11 months when BlackRock launched ETF, Bitcoin ETF. So it collected over 50 billion US dollars in only 11 months, friends. Yeah. So this is one of the most successful ETF launches in history. Now, why do people buy Bitcoin through BlackRock instead of directly? Yeah, you may ask, right? Hey, Lucia, why buy Bitcoin ETF? Why not buy Bitcoin ourselves on BINANCE or OKX? Yeah, very good questions, right? So here's the answer. The people buying Bitcoin ETF are not individuals like us, friends. Yeah, they are global banks, insurance companies, pensions or retirement funds accounts, okay, large financial institutions. So many of these institutions, they are not allowed by law to buy crypto directly on an exchange. Yeah, but they are allowed to buy a BlackRock ETF. Yeah, so that's why Bitcoin ETFs exploded so quickly. Okay, when these giant institutions buy Bitcoin ETF in a bulk, BlackRock ends up owning a massive amounts of Bitcoin on their behalf. Yeah, so today, BlackRock's Bitcoin holdings are estimated to become almost close to 1 million Bitcoin. Yeah, so just imagine, friends, retirement funds, pension funds, insurance funds, all these gaining Bitcoin exposure through BlackRock. Yeah, so this signals one thing. Crypto is no longer retail driven. It is an institutions driven market now. Okay. Okay. And it's not just BlackRock. Okay. You can see here, BlackRock is not the only selling Bitcoin ETF. Look at this a list of major financial institutions that now offer Bitcoin ETF as well. Yeah. You can name it some like Fidelity, FanNec, Bitwise, ARC21, and many more. Yeah. These are not small companies. These are giants in the financial world. Yeah. So ask yourself, if Bitcoin had no future, why would all these major financial institutions rush to sell Bitcoin? Okay, they only enter industries that have long-term potential. Yeah, don't think like my friend who said to me, Lucia, Bitcoin price drop, finish already. Ayo, yeah, so hopeless, yeah. Price will always go up and down, friends. That's very normal. Yeah, if price cannot go up or down, what do you think the price want it to do? Do you think the price will just move in circles? Not possible, right? Yeah, the important thing is not the price. The important thing is the industry, the adoption, the long-term growth. And today's crypto industry is completely different from the 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it has grown, it has matured, it's regulated, and it's strengthened. Yeah, so that's why the directions of this industry is going up. Okay, not just in price, but in adoption, regulation, global acceptance. Okay, so this is why we must be confident. Yeah, this is why we are in the right industry, our friends here. Okay, let's continue. All right, now look at this, the big four. Okay, these are the four largest and most respected global accounting and consulting firms in the world. I think all of you know all this, yeah? Ernst and Young, EY, KPMG, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. These companies have also I would not say outlets, offices, yeah, around the world, everywhere. They are the advisors for the biggest corporations in the world. Yeah. And what they're saying here, you can see, yeah, they are recommending that companies should consider crypto as part of their risk management strategy. Okay, meaning if a company has extra funds, okay, instead of putting everything into stocks or gold, they should also consider allocating some of their money into crypto. Yeah, and this is not just me saying, okay, because I'm not an expert, okay, but look at this. Coming from EY, Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, these top global firms. That means their analysis is serious and it's backed by research. Okay, so this shows even world-class corporations now acknowledge that crypto is a valid and effective financial assets. Okay, so don't listen to people who say, "Hiya, the market is finished, destroyed already." Yeah, some people will keep telling you, "Crypto winter coming, crypto drop, finish already." Yeah, but sometimes these people don't know what they're talking about, their friends. Yeah, let them just say what they want. Okay, if they want to panic, if they want to lose hope, let them panic alone. Yeah, meanwhile, the global industry is moving forward. Okay, crypto winter, oh, winter where? Yeah, in Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, India, we only have the sun and rain, and maybe India a bit cold. Yeah, okay, where got winter? Where got winter in Singapore? Oh, I'm talking Singlish now. Yeah, okay. So if you want to experience winter, that one is in Europe. Yeah, December, which is actually tomorrow. I'm going with another 78 people, yeah, from Bali go to Europe, yeah. So give applause to Moonbot who give this a free trip. All right. So for those of you going tomorrow with me, yeah, okay, that one we can feel the real winter, yeah, the cold one, yeah, not the crypto winter. Okay. In Southeast Asia, still hot, no need jacket, yeah. If you feel cold, just wearing a blazer like me, lah, yeah. Okay, settle already. So, friends, the point is, don't be influenced by these dramatic crypto winter comments, yeah. One real crypto knowledge, learn from the experts. Yeah, if you really want to understand crypto properly, don't listen to random friends. Okay, learn from people who actually know the industry. Yeah, for example, OKX, yeah, one of the biggest crypto exchange in the world. Okay, in Bali yesterday we have the grand exclusive event. Okay, this is like such a grand event, first time in history of Moonbot. We have a representative from OKX presented the topic about crypto. It was amazing. Yeah. And one thing they acknowledge that Moonbot as the partner is actually one of the best partner they have. Yeah. So this is a real thing that we are so excited to share about that with you, but not today. Okay. So this is actually like OKX, the real expert. Yeah. They are dealing with institutional level crypto every day. Yeah, now let's talk about what we have experienced in Bali, especially on the special review. I just gonna talk a very, very brief, yeah, because it talks about how OKX already have this, just a background of OKX, yeah. They already have license in many countries, yeah. South Korea, Singapore, Australia, Europe almost completed, Dubai as well, and several other countries, yeah. So can you imagine, friend? A company with legal compliance across so many countries, yeah, they must have extremely high level knowledge and expertise. So we heard the real insight, not rumors, yeah, not gossip, yeah, here in Bali yesterday, and we listened directly from the OKX executive. And the best part is Moonbot is collaborating with OKX. Isn't it great? Yeah, one more time, give applause to Moonbot. All right. Okay, now this is something very, very good for us to anticipate. Wow, upcoming soon, friends. We already have something for you, okay? So we have something we prepared for you because this is not the part for us as a Moonbot community just to listen, trade. We want to do something more in our life, right? So you have to see all the leaders already planned. Okay, we have the schedule for January. On the 16th, we're gonna have a grand table talk, and we have the New Year gathering and Bali event sharing, which is on the 17th of January. So take notes on the date. We will share with you the details in the group or you can reach out to your upline for further information. And of course, another special we're gonna have in February, we'll have Mr. Febriansa, our next speaker, also our triple diamond at SIP International. He'll be coming to Singapore for the MOONBOT Roadshow. Isn't it great? It's such a great support we have from our leaders in Indonesia coming all the way to Singapore. So for those of you who are not in Singapore, don't worry, you can come to Singapore and see it, okay? All right, so this is the part of our planning, okay? Now, well, short-term panic versus long-term panic here, this is something that you should remember, okay? Panic only happens when you look at the market short-term. If you look long-term, you will notice that the market moves in cycles, right? And the strategy matters more than the emotion. And we already have the strategy in MOONBOT, friends. What else, okay? If you're still panicking while using MOONBOT, that means your thumbs, yeah, your thumbs here, itchy hand, or possessed, yeah, okay? You keep pressing the buttons that you shouldn't press, okay? When using MOONBOT, whether the market is red, green, orange, yellow, or whatever color, yeah, it doesn't matter, friends. Yeah, the important thing is your bot keeps working and your risk stays controlled. And of course, your expression should be like this enemy here. Yeah, expression should be like that. Ah, cool. Yeah, easy going. Correct? Okay. So now I'm telling you one thing, this, yeah, the dip that everyone feared. Yeah, because Miss Kelly just now earlier said, oh, what happened if the Bitcoin price dropped to zero? What happened? Well, look at this, yeah. Look at this chart. Some people saw the dip and nearly got a heart attack, right? Because it dropping so deep here. But let me tell you a story. When I first started with MOONBOT, I think the price is somewhere around like a 20,000 USD or USDT. Yeah, for some of our leaders like Pak Vincent or Mr. Yosef, yeah, Mr. Vincent, Mr. Yosef, they were even earlier. They started at the price like around 15,000 USD. Yeah, at the time, if you see the price of BTC 15,000 or 20,000, and then you see the price of 90,000 USD, right? Wow, it feels so impossible. Yeah, and recently we have a deep drop of Bitcoin price to be it was 84,000, right? 84,000 USD, right? Wow, it just like 85,000 USD. If you're talking about like in 2020 or 2021, 2022, this 84,000 actually looks so far that like, wow, can it be reached 84,000? Well, friends, we reach 84,000 effortlessly, yeah? Just in one simple corrections. This price that people call crash, you ask yourself, is it crash 84,000? Couple of years ago, it's like 25,000 only. Yeah, in the old days, this price would have been the considered very high price. When we started at 25,000 USD, that was the real crash at that time. Now you're talking about 84,000 USD. That's called growth, friend. Yeah, that's why perspective matters. Yeah, if you zoom out, okay, you see the yellow dip over there, okay? The yellow dip at the far end at the chart is just a tiny slip. Yeah, when you slip, do you fall over? No, you get back up. So the same here as well. After red comes green. Yeah, if more red comes, after that will also come green. Right? It cannot be red forever. Yeah. When green comes, okay, when already green color comes, well, it is not gonna be green all the time. It's gonna be red at some point. Yeah. And when you're using MOONBOT, right, when it's green, of course you enjoy the profit. Yeah. Those not using MOONBOT, what happened to them? They still stress, even though the market is already turned to green color. They still stress, they still panic, they're still guessing. Yeah. That's why using MOONBOT keeps you calm, gives you confidence. Yeah. So remember, this is all a process, friends. This is part of the natural cycle. So the market moves, but the industry is growing. Yeah. And based on everything we've seen, countries adopting Bitcoin. Yeah, there is a global regulation, institutions buying Bitcoin as well. Yeah, ETF growth, the big four supporting crypto, and exchanges like OKX going fully global. Yeah, so the future of this industry is really strong. We are in the right place at the right time, right? So what we are experiencing now, yeah, is what we call it the perfect storm. Okay, when the market turns red, that is not something to fear. That is something to celebrate. Why? Because when the market is green, you should be excited. Yeah. But when the market is red, you must be even more excited. Why? because this is something that you can prepare for yourself for the biggest harvest. Okay, so red must be more excited for Mooners. Okay, please type more excited in the chat box. Okay, don't be too boring. Yeah, I want to see more participation here. Yes, more excited, please. All right, good. Yeah, because friends, millions are made in bull markets, but billions are made in bear markets. Yeah, it is during the red markets that the strongest people remain. Yeah, people with weak mental strength, they will pause, they will panic, or even they will disappear. Yeah, then when the market becomes green again, they come back. Then they come back also always late. Yeah, this is what we call them late players. Yeah, they don't want to buy when the prices are low, only want to buy when the prices are high. Yeah, only buy when it's green, never when it's red. Yeah, so if you want to become a billionaire, your opportunities happen during bear markets, not bull markets. Okay, so now let me ask you this question. So friends, honestly, answer this in the chat box. Which one do you prefer? Okay, red market or green market? Okay, I want to see who has more red, who has more green. Okay, red market or green market? Oh, red. Oh, red. Oh, are you sure? Red. Oh, many red. Yeah, both. Just now say got one say both. Yeah, I like both. Okay. All right. Well, some of you are saying both are very, very ambitious actually. Some say, oh, okay, right. Thank you. I see, excited. Yeah. Of course, everyone loves profit. Yeah. But friends, listen carefully. Opportunities are born in the red market. Yeah, that's where the biggest potential lies. And with MOONBOT, we are able to ride both red and green markets calmly and strategically. Yeah, MOONBOT allows us here to enjoy the ups and downs together, right? Do you feel that? Yeah. So let me show you the next one. Okay, now recently you saw there is like, oh, liquidations. Someone is selling a huge bunch of Bitcoin. Okay, so who was selling recently? Some of you maybe asked these questions, right? Okay, let me show you here. Okay, so this person here, Owen Gundon, right? One of the earliest Bitcoin holders in I think early 2011. Okay, so he recently sold 11,000 Bitcoin. It is worth about 1.3 billion US dollars. Okay, now when I show you this to you, yeah, some people also say like, okay, Lucia, this one, someone's selling a huge chunk of their Bitcoin, yeah. He already got out. This person already got out of Bitcoin. So why are you still going in? Yeah, but think about this properly, friends. Think about it. He held Bitcoin from 2011 until 2025. Okay, do you know how difficult that is? Yeah, so imagine holding 11,000 Bitcoin and keep watching. Yeah, the price goes up to 19K, don't sell. The price then drop to 3K, still don't sell. Then the price jump to 69,000. Hold, still don't sell. Drop again to 15K. Oh my goodness. Oh, still praying and holding. Yeah. Finally, the price reached to 100,000. Then he sold. Yeah. So for you, if that's you, can you tahan or not? Can you still hold or not? Yeah. If your Bitcoin goes up 5 times, 10 times, can you really hold? Or your finger will itchy already? Yeah. So of course, in this case, he sold it. He wants to enjoy life, right? Don't he deserve to enjoy after holding 14 years of Bitcoin? Yeah. Okay. So, but here's the important part, friends. When he sold 1.3 billion US dollars of Bitcoin, at that time, did the price crash until mati or until death? No, right? Only normal corrections about 20 to 30%. Yes. So why? You can see here, because the institutions actually bought everything. Yeah, ETF companies like BlackRock bought it. So this is just wealth transfer. Yeah, old holders exit, and then new institutional, the giants company, like BlackRock, enter. So don't panic, friends. Yeah, Bitcoin didn't collapse. It is simply moving from early holders into the institutional orders. Yeah, so the crypto market is not the same as 5 years ago. Yeah, the industry is completely different. strong regulations, countries adopting Bitcoin, institutions buying tens of billions, and of course, exchange like OKX legally licensed globally, like many other exchanges as well. And you can see also Big Four accounting firms recommending crypto. Yeah, we are no longer in the era where only retail investor participate. Yeah, this is a new era already. Okay, now bear market equal to time to build. Bull market equal to time to harvest. So during bull markets, people don't get emotional, yeah, excited, hype, yeah. That is the harvest season. Uh, when bull markets happen, people get so excited, yeah, emotional, excited, hype like that, right? Because it's a harvest season. Okay, but if you want to be, you call it financially free, you first must plant during the bear market, yeah, not on the bull market. And later in the next session, Mr. Febriansa, yeah, you can learn from him directly how he actually started during the bear market and how he and other leaders can also enjoy success that they have today. Yeah. So for now, friends, it's our turn. Yeah. We plant together during the bear market, so we can harvest together in the next bull market. Yeah. So friends, if you want to harvest together in the next bull market, okay, type here, I'm ready. Type here, I'm ready. Who's ready to grow with me? Okay, come on. Who's ready here? Otherwise, yes, we will continue. Me. Wow, I'm ready. Thank you. Okay, now the question is, what should we do now, right? All right, let me give you the first and most very important instruction. Okay, what is that? Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, you ready? You ready? Okay, this is you. Relax. Okay. Why relax? Ayo, because our grand mentors, okay, our CEO, Mr. Michael Tan, our grand mentors, Pak Vincent, Pak Yosef, Pak Febriansa, Mr. Benny, and many others, they already understand everything before everything's happening. Yeah, that's why the moment the market corrected, the leaders immediately arranged this session for all of us. Yeah, today the price is actually quite good. Yeah? It's about 91,000 or close to 92,000 on the BTC. Yeah. Last week, you talk about, wow, it dropped to 84,000. Ayo, here, we no need to be panicked, yeah? We are here because the leaders also want you to know we already prepared the strategy. Yes, we are just waiting for the right timing to share it. And the timing is actually now. Yeah, that's why you saw the announcement yesterday on the new feature, yeah, Moon Logic. Yeah, some people asking these questions, right? Isn't it amazing, friends? So tonight, close to 100 people here in this Zoom room, you are very lucky receiving this information early. Okay, there are many people out there who do not hear this today, but you are. So give applause to you, okay? And of course to our amazing Mr. Michael Tan, CEO, who's really thinking through about this for all of us here. All right, okay, friends, you see, same market, different reaction. Look at this image. Yeah, same market, same chart, same price, but completely different responses. Yeah, some people drown in fear. Some people prepare the strategy. Yeah, some people accumulate, and some people build. The ones who accumulate and strategize, they are the ones who will enjoy harvest season in the next bull market. Yeah, the ones who panic, they will suffer the most when the price rises because they already miss the opportunity. Yeah, so please ask yourself, what reaction do I choose? Okay, a once in a year's opportunity. Okay, let me share my last message before I close. What we are experiencing now, right now, at this moment, it is actually a golden window of opportunity. Yeah, because in the next 2 to 3 years, this market cycle can truly transform your life 180 degrees. Yeah, just like what happened to Mr. Vincent, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Febriansa, it happened already to them. And it can happen to you too, if we plant during this season. Okay, now a story to inspire you. This is a story of Richard Montanes. Okay, so Richard, he's actually a Mexican American janitor in the 1970s. Okay, he's not a graduate, not rich, not stylish. Yeah, didn't speak English fluently. So he worked in the Frito-Lay snack factory, the company that makes Cheetos, Doritos, Nachos. You know about that, right? Yeah, the typical kind of a snacks. Okay, so his motto was, if you can't change your position, change how you work. okay, in the beginning, he didn't understand machines, yeah. He's a janitor only. So came in 1990s crisis, okay, the company struggled. The company's revenue crashed, yeah. So there's so massive layoffs and over 1,800 people are being fired. So friends, all of them, they are losing jobs left and right, everybody gone. Yeah. So one day, Richard watched a video message from the CEO of the company. So the CEO said like this, we are not in good condition. Yeah, everyone, please start thinking like CEO. Help us find solution. So this message actually inspired him. He wondered, how can I, a janitor, save this company? But then he had an idea, friends. He thinks that, what if we make Cheetos spicy? Yeah, so he went home, created his own recipe, and then after that he presented to the CEO, and that idea became Cheetos Flamin' Hot. Yeah, a multi-billion-dollar product sold worldwide. Yeah, Richard, a janitor, yeah, was promoted to vice president of PepsiCo, one of the largest companies in the world. So what does this teach us, friends? Yeah, well, when the world becomes fearful, actually opportunity becomes big. When everyone is optimistic, opportunity becomes small. Yeah, right now people outside are scared, right? Which means opportunity is huge. So if you see this, now type in the chat box, opportunity is now. Now, 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 now. Yeah, please type now, 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 now. Okay. All right, see, where's the response? Yes, now, it's right now, okay? So yes, again, friends, this is what matters. We have to take action, okay? So make use of the opportunity we have in MOONBOT, because this is one of the greatest vehicle that you can think of that can turn and change your life to be better. All right, so this is something, again, remember January, February we have. Okay, my final words to all of you friends, okay? Work like bulls during the bear market so you can enjoy like kings during the bull market. Yeah, if our mentors could start during the bear market and they rise to where they are today, believe it, you can do it too. Okay, so it really depends on what you do in the bear market, what response you choose, how strong your commitment is, and if you plant now, you will harvest later. Okay, all right, so that's all for my presentation today. Okay, and we'll go into the next sessions, but before that I will just hand this over to our great moderator, Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly, please.
Yes. So, wow, thank you so much, everyone, to stay till the end of the sessions. Thank you so much also for a great sharing session by Miss Lucia. Everyone agree, right? So please give